Hi, Wheel of Time fans. Welcome back to Tori Talks with Dr. S. I'm Tori. This is Dr. S. Today, we'll be sharing our favorite character arcs from the Wheel of Time. We have 10 each, and we don't know each other's. Probably going to be some similarities, but we don't know the order.
The order, exactly.
Yes. So we'll start from 10.
Okay.
Would you like to go first?
Oh, okay.
I know I typically do.
Yeah, it threw me off there. Okay. My number 10 is Min.
Min?
Min, which I thought, she herself tells Matt that she has had a character arc, She's like, I was going to, Ishii was going to take away all my visions, but now, I came back to save you. So I was like, okay, well, if she thinks she had a character arc, I see it.
Wow, I didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
But good point.
Yeah.
She said she did.
She said she did, and I have to take her for her word.
It's Min. We have to.
Yeah, because she was more selfish and just drunk all the time. And this
I don't
season,
blame her.
she was pretty sober, sometimes. Often, sometimes,
yes.
She did come through for Matt, so yeah.
She sure did.
Yeah.
In a huge way. Okay. My number 10 is Morine. And I actually think that she maintained her all business attitude throughout all 3 of the seasons, but I saw something this season, because she had to. The whole conversation with Rand, when it was like basically him saying, I see you, I know what you're doing, and then her crying, I feel like that showed that she does feel hurt. She never tried to feel hurt or seen, but it showed that she's got a little more depth to her. Not a big one, but that's why it's number 10.
That's so funny because, like you said, you didn't see it in Min. I don't see it in Morine.
It was a stretch.
I get it though. I know.
She has been really
stable.
consistent.
Yeah. She's like,
but I got to, because sometimes it could even be like monotone, or it could just be like, okay, it's more Morine, which I like, which is comforting if she just stays the same. Yeah. But I saw a little something in one of the last few episodes of like, okay, you're being, it's almost like she's letting people in, but not. I think that there's just this really strong connection, respect that the two of them have. Yeah. And it was nice to just see it's like she's always been up here above him, and now I feel like there's it's equal now.
Yeah. That
and
conversation.
She can treat him
the conversation
equally.
From the finale between them. Yeah, no, that was something did happen.
Finally.
Within them both.
Yes, within them both. Yes.
Mostly him. But
yes, definitely. Okay, number 9.
Number 9. Okay, so my number 9 is Maxim. Okay, because in early on in the season, he was all rage, all vengeance, just wanting to avenge the death of Ivan. And I was worried for him and what that was going to do to the folks at Two Rivers, because he just ditched them. But then he came back and he helped train them, and he became a good leader, and even helped Alana kind of find joy again. So that's why Maxim is my number 9.
Okay. My number 9 is Avienda. She's pretty low on the list, but I could say most of these characters just kind of are, she's sassy. She's been sassy the whole time. But then she's going to be, what do they call it?
A wise one?
Yeah. I almost said wisdom. Yeah, so she's she has no choice but to have a little bit of an arc there. Yeah. But also just, I think it's funny. Was she maybe kind of hiding out and avoiding this whole wise one training and going through the rings and stuff like that? Yeah. So that in itself was she was basically forced to, but you're going to change. You're going to be changed from it. And, it's really hard to say the arc because we don't know the whole story. We're just at the very beginning of this whole story. So it's going to be a small,
for us.
For us, it's not going to be this huge arc. It's a little arc.
But based on what we know. So, interestingly, my number 8 is Avienda.
Okay.
So, I totally agree with you. What we know about her, she was just kind of this fun, feisty, maiden of the spear, wanting to fight and, all that stuff. We didn't know that she was actually running away from her responsibility. Yeah. Right? So, and she did run away for a good purpose, to find the Karakarn. Right? But it was kind of her excuse to go. And when she came back, they're like, okay, enough of this. You need to go.
Come on.
Do your responsibility.
Get in here. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she does go through the rings, and then that obviously transforms her, which is interestingly, the rings transform her more than they transform Morine. like Morine does learn a lot, and it becomes like important that she figure out, you know.
She's got some years on her,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But Avienda, like, I feel like she really, like, she came out different.
Oh, yeah, she's more like, okay.
She came out heavy. Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
So,
agree.
yeah.
You have to have a transformation a little bit, you know? You
but
have
Morine's had a longer life, too.
Yep.
She's already seen some things, so... Like going through the rings, like, okay, more like crazy stuff is gonna happen.
And it's terrifying to see what happens to you or could happen to you, but she's been through a lot.
Yeah.
She's seen a lot.
Yeah.
So that was your number 8?
Number 8. Mm-hmm.
My number 8 is Lanfeere, and Lanfeere's.
Yeah.
But when she gets dumped by Rand, she changes, right? I mean, she's definitely loose there and through and throughout. You know, all about it, but then he really stabs her with the like, I'm going to do it for the same reason he did. So she has no choice but to basically go on. Well, I'll even go before that when she said something about how she wanted to be with him and then she could not defeat the Dark One, but kind of turn against the Dark One. Yeah. That already showed, okay, that's your ultimate. I only knew her as a Forsaken, terrifying, but this showed a little bit more depth in her, and that she is capable of maybe wanting to just live happily ever after with Rand. It's not gonna happen,
right?
But
not anymore.
I saw a little bit of a change in her.
Okay,
it's been interesting.
That's funny because I love, you guys know I love Lanfeere. I would love to see an arc. I want to see it.
It's subtle.
I want to see it. I guess it depends on what you believe of what she says.
But also go back to Mir and Sedai.
Yeah, same. I don't know. She had already, when we met her, she had already been dumped. So I still think it all goes back to what you believe about what she says. Like she said, as Mir and Sedai, that she wanted to tap into the power and share it because she doesn't think just the Aes Sedai and Luz should have it, like a noble purpose. But I don't know. I guess it just depends if you believe her. And then when she told Rand that she wanted to break her oaths and defeat the Dark One so she could be with him, again, it just depends on if you believe her. And I don't know. I did believe her, but now I'm not sure. But, you know, I've been having a crisis about my love of Lanfeere. So I see what you're saying.
It's hard, though. We don't have that much to go on. We have 3 seasons.
Yeah. Like, if those things are true about her, then, there's arc. But if they're not true and she's just driven by, like, obsessive love for Luz, then she's really actually very consistent. She's just terrible.
Yeah.
And then when she just like gets really mad and then just wants to kill Morine at the end, it's more like just vindictive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I saw some vulnerability in her.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Your number 7?
My number 7. Okay, my number 7 is Lyanna. I love her. And I mean, it maybe, again, like it's an arc to me because I didn't know anything about her before season 3. Except that Varen tricked her really easily into giving up, you know, the shield and like going off to help Siuan. So I just always thought, oh, she's just whatever, a tool of Siuan. But then in this season, she kicks butt and she kind of sees things at a deeper level than Siuan did in season 3. And now I feel bad because I think she's more than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's really cool.
Yeah, I like her.
Dark horse for me.
Yes.
All right, well, my number 7 is Matt. Okay. I know he's kind of low down on the list. I'm so sorry. But I had expressed my frustration with not really understanding what the big deal is about her, about him, especially if he's from Two Rivers and they're supposed to be special people. He's special, I get it, but because the reason why he's so low is he's still Matt, and I'm glad. I want to have that like silly, goofy little jokester Matt, but I don't know if it has changed him much or how. Believe me, he's on here for favorite arc because I do like that he had his big moments. He had the horn blowing from last season. He beat Gowan and Galad. Holy crap! And he went through that redstone door frame, and he's changed. Like he doesn't hear the hundreds of years of people anymore. So it's been enjoyable to watch because there's been a lot going on with him, but. I don't know. I think because I still don't see it. He's not higher up on my list.
Well, actually, he's my number 6.
Oh,
so
perfect.
Just one step above yours. But I agree. Like, I like him more. I like him way more than you like him, but I like his personality.
It's not that I don't like him. I have to clarify that I keep getting told that I don't like him. I do like him. I don't understand the big deal about him.
Or I think your word was bland.
Yeah, that's not disliking.
Yeah, it's more
I like him.
Like it's just there. He's just there. Like,
yeah.
Not very.
I do like him.
Yeah,
I just don't
not
think he's
that special.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like him more than she likes him. That's all. That's all. A little bit more. But I didn't think he had a great arc either. And also, like, things just kind of happened to him so far. And I think that's what you guys are saying. That's just kind of Matt. Like, things just kind of happen for him. Like, they just work out for him.
Yeah.
And maybe that's going to continue to be the case. But I'm still thinking he's going to have an arc where he actually takes action. And I think related to, remember Suan in his conversation where she says, like, you know, heroes, like, they do what needs to be done, or however she beautifully said it. I feel like that moment's still to come. And then he'll have, like, an arc that will rank higher if we did a new list.
Yeah, we'll probably have to do a new list because this is just going to be ever-changing, probably.
Yeah, totally. This is just the beginning.
It really is of the story. Okay. So that was your number 6?
Yes.
My number 6 is Elaine.
Okay.
Elaine the beautiful. Beautiful Elaine. Well, when we first saw her, she was new to the tower and seemed a little sheltered, and now she has seen the world. And it was nice to see that part of her literal dream is to just be free and throw weaves with Avienda. And also the relationship with Avienda. I feel like I learned a lot more about her. I think she learned a lot more about herself. I've just seen a lot of growth in her. And also she let her hair down with the Hills of Tanchico. And I feel like she's just a more elevated version of sweet, noble Elaine.
Oh, I like that. I kind of didn't see until hearing what, like, the things that you say about her character changes. They're subtle, but I see them.
This is all going to be subtle. We don't. It's just the beginning of the Wheel of Time for us.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So,
okay.
Okay. So my number 5 is Nynaeve, which I kind of focused mine on, like, stuff that happened in season 3, right? Because if you asked me season earlier, 1, I would have been like Nynaeve. But I just thought that although she had the great moment at the end where she finally fought through the block, she didn't have that much going through the whole season. So I know the last thing is a huge thing. Yeah. But I also, I don't know, I just wanted more throughout the season.
Yeah, definitely.
From her.
Yeah.
But I love her. She's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, it's just it's just an arc, right?
Yeah,
it's just how you feel about where she would fall.
I know it was a big spike. It was a big spike. Boom. Yes, but it wasn't. I guess an arc is like a arc. Like
are we over here? Are we not?
This is more like a big moment. She had a big moment. But not like a. I don't know.
I see that. Yeah. That's good. All right, my number 5 is, stay with me, Liandrin. Liandrin and the arc. Now, this is the arc that is being laid forth because we got to see her backstory, and she was a terrified bride, and when I say arc, it's redemption arc for me because I don't think she's completely redeemed. Okay, she's still a horrible person. I totally understand it, but I can see her motives a little bit more, and you start off, I mean, I've always liked her. But I think in general, you start off and you're just like, you're this horrible woman working for the Dark One. But then when you meet her son and you see why she's doing it, and now she wants to be a Forsaken, it's just, she's had levels. It's levels. Her arc's a little bumpy. It's there's a lot of little humps to her.
Yeah, I see it. No, I've always liked her too.
I love her so
I've
much.
always thought that her reasons for being the way she was good.
They make her so interesting.
Yeah,
they make her so interesting.
Totally.
And so much fun to watch and I keep track of.
I loved, and if you go way back to her childhood, for sure, there's an arc. An arc is just a change, right? It's not like, it doesn't have to be for the good or the bad.
No.
It's just they were this way at one point, and then they became another way, but it's like over time.
She was here, and then she went over, and now she's here.
Yes. It doesn't have to be a smooth line. It could go up and down, but yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
I actually thought we were going to have more in common.
I'm surprised.
I'm very surprised at this.
Okay, number 4 for you.
My number 4 is Alana. Alana. So my reason is, again, I didn't know that much about her before season 3. I knew she was cool. I always liked her. She was badass.
Same.
Fights, like, has 2 warders, fun family, that whole thing. But we saw so much depth we saw her suffer like great loss, like to lose one of her warriors, and we know like how that hurts, right? Because remember when Karina and step in, that we've seen what happens when that occurs, and the people didn't survive. Like Stepan didn't survive the loss of his Aes Sedai. So to see Alana grieve and like learn about the grieving process, that the ashes and all that whole thing, and then how many times she was like almost killed with the arrows and then the big old harpoon style arrow. Just I don't know. I just feel like, and then to come out of it at the end with a stronger relationship with Maxim and like something different, like something new that they created together. It's like a loving relationship. I feel like that's why I have her
that's
on
an
there.
arc for sure. All right. Well, my number 4 is Nynaeve.
Oh,
She's a little bit higher up, but I think she's had the most internal development, and my biggest reason for her being a little bit higher up is her control issues, which are rooted in fear. I think that she had a breakthrough, which is why I think she was able to take her block, remove her block, and also when pulling against Moggy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny because she's still Nynaeve that we know, and she's still, but I see I think Tanchico just changed the game for me because then they got to let loose, right?
Yeah.
And so seeing that what they're capable of, or that it has been in there all along, but they can like set it free. And I feel like she had an obvious arc with the block being removed, obviously.
Yes, right.
And we're maybe like in the middle of her arc. But from where I first met her to now, even her, I guess she's very like blunt and like, what do you want? And paranoia. It's all rooted in love and fear. And I feel like she's being on that ship with is it seafarers? Ship mistresses? Yes. And them saying, let go of control.
Yes.
I think it might have.
Yes.
She yeah.
Right, because she was seasick the whole time. I remember that was a good moment too, like where she was like, they were teaching her, like she was throwing up the whole time because she was fighting the motion of the ocean. If you submit to it, then she said, I felt a little better. So I feel like that was like her first little click, like,
yes.
Oh, okay, I feel better if I just roll with it.
Definitely.
So yeah, for sure.
Are we in the top 3 now? Okay.
Are we? Oh yeah, okay. So
who's number 3?
My number 3 is Parn.
My number 3 is Parn as well.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, like Parn, I mean, obviously, it's
duh.
Yeah, almost like, okay, we don't even need to talk about it, but we will.
I think you get it.
But yeah, I mean, he just like led his people, like protected his people. He kind of rediscovered himself in the Two Rivers.
Up
yeah.
To the challenge. Didn't have a choice.
No.
But he kept his sweet, gentle soul while doing it. But
yeah,
it's huge to see him, and he's Lord Golden Eyes.
Lord Golden Eyes, or Lord Parn.
Golden Eyes.
Yes.
Anyway, it shows it's obvious arc.
Yeah.
Like,
he didn't want to do it, but he did what he had to do. I think that's the kind of the theme of, I think, Wheel of Time, right?
Yes.
Like none of these guys wants to be like Rand doesn't want to do anything, but it's like, well,
too bad.
It's what you're born to do.
This is your destiny. This is the pattern.
You got to do it. So yeah, no.
I feel like that goes without saying, but yes,
I mean, he did a lot, and he came through for his people despite what he wanted to do. And there would have been more bloodshed going even after they defeated the Trollocs in Padan Fain, but he gave himself up to protect his people, because more would have died if they had to then fight the White Cloaks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just stepping up.
Yeah. I'm not happy about him doing that, because now they have him, but at the same time, I get it, I guess. I see why you had to do it. Yeah. You don't want to fight those White Cloaks. They're bad.
It's literally one of my favorite character arcs, like just because of where we first met him.
Yeah.
And look at him now. Look at you go. But yes, would like if you weren't with the White Cloaks.
Yes.
Anyway, all right, number 2.
Okay, my number 2. I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if our number 1 and 2, like, where they're gonna be. But my number 2 is Rand.
Okay.
So I have this thing, like, episode 4 was like a game changer for me. For him too, for himself, But when I first watched it, I was like, whoa, Rand, I get him now. I get it. But then the more I reflected upon it, I think I watched it like 3 times, maybe 4 now. And I more thought, he didn't really do that much. He just learned a lot. Like, he knows more about his history and like where his people came from, but he didn't really like yet change, right? And then by the finale, He's starting to, but I feel like it's like a cliffhanger, right? Like he did give a speech and people are listening and he's breaking the brain, you know, but it's like, he's just like on the cusp. Like it's huge. It's definitely huge, but I'm more explaining why he's number 2 and not number 1.
Got it. Okay.
But it's a big deal. He has done it.
I mean, still 2.
Yeah,
the number 2 spot is
quite high.
Yeah.
That's quite high, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely come a long way though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, my number 2 is different.
Okay.
My number 2 is Aguain. And Aguain I think she's shown some of the most growth, not because she wanted to, because of circumstances. And I also feel like she's coming into her own and becoming more confident and standing up to Rand. I think that, I don't know, it's not the same Aguain that I met. This is a woman now. This is someone who can stand on their own and knows it and owns it. And I feel like if we're talking transformative, one of the biggest transformations that I've seen in all of the characters. So as far as her arc goes, just being able to survive what happened with Rena and killing Rena and being a pivotal part of the 5 of the 2 rivers, and then standing up to Rand, like I said, about, you know, what are you doing with Lanfeere in your dream? What are you doing? And then, but just knowing all along that, you know, she doesn't need anybody, and I don't know, that she can, and now she can walk through dreams, and it's just like, where her abilities, she's powerful, it's just, it's all good things.
Yeah. Well, she's my number 1.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah, because of all the things you said, everything,
Yes.
100%. And I just feel like she's always taken action. She's never been one to just sit around and like unlike Parn and unlike Rand, like they both don't want to do great things. They just want to be in the 2 rivers, like doing their thing. But no, she wants to do great things. She wants to have the power. She wants to learn. And I know Rand kind of gives her crap for wanting to be ambitious, which I'm like, oh, why? Because a woman wants to be ambitious. That's a negative thing. Yeah, she wanted to go to be an Aes Sedai, and now that she's discovered that she's a Dreamwalker and the Wise Ones, and he kind of gave her crap for that too. But this is why I think they were never that good together, because he just doesn't really get her. And she is so powerful. And the whole defeating Rena thing, that's enough to ever already like make her like number 1 in terms of arc. But like she's had that arc, and then she had another arc this season, and yeah, just standing up to Rand and even having to like endure Lanfeere, a Forsaken in your dreams, is pretty crazy. And she has been able to, like, she was able to like push. Did she push Lanfeere out of the dream? Which, you know, that's supposed to be very difficult.
I heard it was controversial too.
Yeah,
that she would never do that.
Well, she did.
It happened.
She did. So
our Wheel of Time.
Yeah,
she did.
Yes, this turning
Yeah.
that we know about.
Oh, well, yeah,
it happened. So yeah, so that's why.
I understand. Well, my number 1 is Rand. So I mean, it makes sense that they would be the top 2.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I think you have the most detailed transformation from beginning to not end, but till now. And I think the only reason why he's number 1 instead of Aguain, which it was difficult.
Oh yeah.
Because, okay, I'm going to go ahead and say even it's kind of redemption arc-ish for me, because I didn't understand what the big deal was with Rand. And I think you saying he didn't do a lot is a way to put it. I mean, that's not like action-wise or whatever, but what he saw, he internalized, he took it seriously, he understood his purpose and his responsibility that he bears, right? He said, okay, I'm the Dragon Reborn, and knowing about the Oathbreakers and how he got here and just seeing everything that his ancestors went through, and I just feel like he took it seriously. I don't know how else to explain it. He's like, yeah, his responsibility. He became more responsible. The whole conversation with Morine was huge, because he does have a tendency to be a little rude to women. And that one I felt like was long overdue, the thank you, but that showed a lot of growth.
I do love how that little conversation was one of my favorite growth moments for him.
Might have been bigger than Ruidian for you.
Yeah. When I think about Ruidian,
steps, it's stepping.
And the fact that he was able to take in all of that information about his history, I mean, a lot of people don't. They like claw their eyes out. You know? So he was able to.
He took it.
Yeah, and you know, you're right. Like, he wasn't afraid to tell the people about their history, because what's his name? Ruark was saying, no, they can't
Don't do
handle
it,
it.
yeah.
But Rand did have the confidence in himself and the people to think that they can handle it. I don't know how many percentage-wise are going to be able to handle it, because it seems like some of them are not going to be able to, right? And there's going to be a war when season 4 comes back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's going to be people who could not accept it, and I think maybe they're going to be led by Couladin. And
so obnoxious.
but yeah, he did. That was a big moment, right, where he decided, like, okay, I trust in the people to be able to know the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, our top 3 is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Parn,
Yeah.
Aguain, and Rand.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
just wherever we want to
Yeah.
put them. But
Yeah.
that's good. I'm glad we agree.
Yeah, but I was so surprised that there were some people that I had on my... So I had, like, as I was thinking through the different main characters especially, there were some where I didn't... Like, Elaine wasn't even on my list, because I kind of envisioned her as kind of like a stable, steady girl. Like, she just kind of, like, always wanted to be queen. Like, yeah, she, like, toyed with the idea of, like, not... But she's still there. She's going to go and probably, defend her mom because, the Forsaken's there. And I had her as, like, one of my most stable.
I had Min as one of my most stable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't. But
really...
I totally see your points, though.
If not for her saying I had Arc,
Yeah.
then maybe you would have thought.
Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed the Arc. But I have a few other people on the most stable list. So I also had Loyal.
Yes, I also have him.
Stable,
as well.
right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, like he is what he is till the end.
Yes.
Yeah. And like you can rely on him. Like, yeah, nothing's different.
Right.
Yeah. But I had Lan.
I have Lan.
Lan. Totally reliable. Like, he's not going to change on you. I can't even imagine him having an arc.
I know. I wouldn't mind seeing an arc.
Yeah.
But
I would like to, but
like it's not necessary.
He's just going to get better and better.
Yeah.
Like, more amazing and more amazing.
Okay.
Like, more loyal.
Yeah.
More perfect.
Yeah, so
I mean,
you don't need one, but if you have one, great.
But funny because like I had Lanfeere and Morine
as like most stable.
As stable. I just felt
I know
like,
why.
Yeah,
I totally understand why.
And I think for Lanfeere, it really depends on if I believe her or not. And I right now I'm doubting her, but then Morine, I think she's very like, like I'm on a mission.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
And I only put her at 10 because of the way she made me feel in the last episode, 3 episodes.
No, I get it.
Like,
but
there you are. Like, you just cracked her open a little bit. When she cried when Rand said thank you. It's just, that was difficult.
That was difficult.
Also, we might have different opinions about what an arc means, but in general, we know what an arc is. But, I'm glad that we have. I know.
So.
What if they're like?
I'm just like, doesn't
totally
it just
wrong.
mean like they start one way and then like kind of change like?
Yes, but it's most difficult because we don't know everything that happens to them. So it's like, of course, the arc isn't going to be huge because this is just the beginning of this very long story. How many books are there?
That's true. Yeah.
So it's
right, and
it's the best we can do with what we have.
Yes. Yeah. So far, these are the arcs.
So if you are willing to share your list, it doesn't have to be 10. It could be 2, 3, 5, whatever. But obviously, arcs that have taken place so far.
Not in the show.
Yeah, because you might be giving away something if you say Mogadine or somebody that, we were like, wait, what happens with them? Yeah. So, yes, please share a list, but only as it pertains to the first 3 seasons of Wheel of Time. Okay, everybody, thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.